Good evening. Welcome. A little bit later than normal. All for good reason. I swear. Ring season. Sophia's team won a championship today over 2 hours away in Millville, New Jersey. White trash. Capital of New Jersey. Anyone who's watching from Millville, I know you're not because you're all Eagles fans. I saw the stickers everywhere. Can't stand you. All I saw was meth heads and women with neck tattoos. Disgusting. Do not recommend Millville anywhere, anyhow, anytime, except if you want to win a girls 14U softball tournament, which some of you might. I don't judge. I'm exhausted. I've been in the sun all day. For those of you who talk trash to me, I think it was Metro Funny. If you're here saying I got to get color, bro, here, I got your color. I got your tan right here, bro. Tan everywhere. Guns out. Sophia's name on the arm. The champ is here. I'll be joined with WA2K in a few minutes. I've been drinking coffee all day. I've driven about 10 hours in the last 2 days. I'm ready to rock. I hope you're ready to rock. Hit the like button. We're going to party. We're going to have a good time. Before we do, got some new items. We are in the midst of the D-Line raffle going off July 6th. First off, Joe Klecko, autographed jersey, letter of authenticity, right there. Double finger bang for those of you freaks up in the show. Yesterday, today, 1:30 in the morning, Mark Gastineau, autographed jersey, 99. It will be here Wednesday. That's going off in the raffle. Also, we got a Will McDonald mini helmet, formerly number 99, now just 9. So we're cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Get your raffle entries in. You know the deal. 5 gifted memberships, you get to take the membership multiplier wheel for a spin. $20 in super chats, you also get to. It's Sunday. All raffle entries are triple tonight. $5 super chat gets you 3 entries instead of 1, and so on and so on. But make sure you hit the like button, tell your friends, share the stream, do whatever you got to do. We're going to have a good time. Let's kick this off.
You know what? Nick Shine is cooking, everybody. Nick is the best chef you ever met your whole life. I won't lie to you.
Welcome, my friends. It's a shine time. Shine time. It's time to talk about the Jets. Don't you know it's shine time? Shine time. It's shine time. Time to be with my friends. Hey, have you seen my toe?
Hey, all you shiners, it's time for something cool. I'm here to do my part. I'll drop a stinky fart. No chicken soup for you. I'm gonna eat it up. And then I'll do a show and talk about the Green Hornet. I got a new laptop. You know it doesn't suck. I'll need to keep it down when I'm making too much noise. My mom will pull the plug and Dennis smack my ass, and that will surely blow. Hey, fuckers, it's time for the Nick Shine Show.
Gentry covered in bumbo. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you for being here. We are 11? 12 or 11? Hey, Siri, how many weeks till September 7th? 11 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. 11 weeks from tonight. the Jets will be 1-0 at this time. I'm going to tell you, told you 3 times already. I'm going to tell you 10 more after tonight. The Jets will be 1-0. Write it down. Place a wager if you want. People seem to buy into the Aaron Rodgers bullshit. We did it. Pittsburgh fans are doing it. They're chirpy. They're feisty. I don't know why. Did they not see what happened last year? I don't know how they look at their cast of characters on their offense and say, oh, yeah, now he's going to figure it out. Arthur Smith. And you know what? My condolences to Arthur Smith. I didn't know his father is the creator of FedEx, basically. I found that out this morning. Schefter tweeted that. Fred Smith, I believe, was his name. And he's the one who basically reinvented or invented the speedy delivery service. So, condolences to Arthur Smith. Never want to hear as much shit we could talk about him or anyone as a coach. Never want to see anyone lose a family member. So, I had no idea until Schefter tweeted that he passed away and that was his father. I had no idea. I woke up to that at like 7 o'clock, I think. No idea, Clancy. Where the hell were you dropping that nugget of information to me? We've known each other a while. You could share some other things with me besides rage and anger and criticisms. We're friends. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. Lot going on. I'm going to give you a tease. I'm outside. It's Friday night. It's after work. And a little surprise showed up. Blitz BK, our resident rapper, dropped the Throwdown 2.0. Sent it to me. Heard it the other night. Couple members of the Discord got a little sneak preview. They heard it as well. We're going to be working on a video for that. And we should have that release coming up. Maybe we'll do it with well, Clancy, damn it. If you're going to call me out for not knowing it, then I needed to know. Also, way too much coffee today. Tim Hortons from home, 7-Eleven on the way down to Shitville, New Jersey, 2 Wawas, another one at Tim Hortons on the way back. I'm amped up. I'm amped up. Don't come at me tonight, bro. Not tonight. But if there's any other connections that I need to know, please send them to me so I am privy to the information, Clancy. Before we go any further and we get into all the Jet stuff, I say this on this show all the time. And I say it because I mean it. I say it because it's true. This group is like a family. And our family last night took a hit. I literally took a hit. Weed the People. This is not a joke. This is legit. Weed the People was scooting around and unfortunately was hit by a car on his scooter. Car tried to speed up on a yellow light, make the left, hit him. He went up on the car. He hit the windshield, broke the windshield, flew about 7-8 feet in the air, hit the ground, tumbled a few times, and in true weed fashion, popped up and attempted to fight the person before that person could even get out of the car. So for those of you in the Discord, you've seen the pictures. You understand that it's not a joking manner, but weed is weed, and he always makes jokes about everything. But all of our love, thoughts, prayers go out to Weed for a speedy recovery. Yeah, Blitz, if you scroll up, you'll see the Lane. I just explained it. Literally, Lane asking what happened. I go back a minute. I explained it. He's okay. I went to the hospital. The hospital he went to is like 20 minutes away from my kid's house. I popped in the hospital last night to see him. He's in good spirits. He's very sore. He's got a huge gash that looks like the number 7 taken out of the skin in his shoulder from when he hit the windshield. But no stitches. It's about as good as a scenario as it can be for the information that we've been given. So he's we talked to him earlier. Blitz, he went out last night at like 4 a.m. He's home. He might be resting. For him to say, "Yeah, I'm feeling pretty rough today," this is a guy who shrugs everything off. So, if you see him on the internet, if you see him in Discord, if you see him scooting around again, because his scooter's okay, he's not, but the scooter's okay. Just give him some love. And amidst all that, while I'm updating you on one of the members of our community, Charles Gorman doesn't give a shit. He's kicking it to Carly. One of one, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. Knob says Weed has such a big gash on his back, he's gotten sponsored by Kotex. Yeah. For everything we heard, yeah. Ambulance took him in. I got to the hospital about 10 minutes after he got there, I believe. And the nurse was checking him out. Ladies and gentlemen, and the mention of Carly gets Lane chanting for bikinis. Summer's here. Carly's bikini count, I believe, has hit the 40s, although she did get rid of a couple. But we are still trying to get a hold of one to send to Lane. And the moment Lane gets one of Carly's bikinis, I promise you, he will not know that YouTube exists anymore. We will never, ever see or hear from him again. So, yeah. And shout out to Dylan, who's here as well. Dylan was in an accident himself a couple weeks ago now, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He made his return this past week back to Jake's show. So everyone be careful. We know things happen in threes. We don't need anyone else in our community having anything serious happen. So please be careful out there. And yeah, he'll pop in. Hey Siri, text Weed the people. Hey, fuckface, everyone in the chat wants to say hi to you. If you're awake and feeling well, pop in there and say hello. Hugs. That's how we do text around here. Oh, Carly updating us. 38 bikinis. 38. So, Patriots 12 with a question. Nick, have you ever heard of Pristine Auction? I have. I used them one time. I didn't get the item. I was in the lead for like 4 days, and at the last minute, everything shot up. I use Shop RSN a lot, which is where I got these items that we're raffling off. For those of you joining late, we are in the midst of the defensive line raffle. We have a Joe Klecko autographed jersey with the certificate of authenticity. I just purchased a Mark Gastineau last night and a Will McDonald mini helmet. So we got some items coming off for the D line. Make sure you get in. It is Sunday night. All raffle entries are triple tonight. You gift 5 memberships or the equivalent of a $20 super chat throughout the show. You get to go on the multiplier wheel where you can win up to 100 raffle entries. Those drawings will be on July 6th. So you have time, but why wait? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm feeling nostalgic tonight. This guy was one of him and another guy were like my first 2 friends that I made doing Jets YouTube. And it's been a very good friendship. It's been someone our schedules haven't matched up very well with me working nights and our schedules. So I am very happy to bring on from New York Sports Wicker Media, my good friend Adam, WA2K 99. What's up, buddy?
Hello from the wicker chair that became so famous while I was on with Nick on the Mother's Day Marathon. I still have it saved in my favorite YouTube videos, and every now and then I just check. Yeah, we almost went 6 hours that night. And had it not been for you, I would definitely not have the, you might say, the moniker that I have with the wicker chair. So it is always here, and it is always well protected. So good to see you tonight,
2,000 wicker chair jokes that night. Someone counted. There was easily 2,000 wicker jokes that night.
And the amazing thing is, it was an avalanche. Once it started, you could not stop it. And even and the later it got, the worse the jokes were. Somehow, the funnier that they got. But by 1 in the morning, just about everything becomes
A
funny
little,
at that point.
little bit of alcohol driven too, with
I
a
have no
little
memory
bit,
of that. I have
little
no
bit.
memory. No
What's
memory of that.
crazy is we did a 6-hour show, and we were like, we are the craziest lunatics of all time. Like no one does 6-hour shows. And now Bobby Midnight will pop like a 7-hour show out on like a random Tuesday, like it's nothing.
Is it really 7 hours, or is it just 1 hour, but it feels like 7?
No, he did a 24-hour stream a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
YouTube cuts you off at like 12 or 13 hours.
the
It
Bobby
just
Law.
stops. And he found that out. He did 13 and a half hours on New Year's. So now it's like 6 hours. It's like Bobby does 6 hours and he's in the bathroom for 6 hours of a show. Like it's not a big deal. He's a legend.
My gosh.
Just hangs out all day.
I mean, that's one thing. I mean, if you're doing the show solo though, and your voice doesn't have a chance to rest, I mean, it gets that much more challenging. But when you have somebody to throw it off of, I mean, 1 hour, it's like 1 hour solo. It's like I could go 3 or 4 if I've got somebody else with me. But
I've had many nights where I don't want to brag. I've gone solo. You guys know what I'm talking about in the chat. I know how you are.
For 24 hours, yes.
That's it. So we haven't talked in a while. We talk, but we haven't talked on air for a while.
Right.
So let me get your thoughts. Let's just start at the draft, right? That's the big thing that all the Jets fans always want to talk about. Give me your thoughts on the draft. Give me a quick summary of what you think and see what the plan is and see how they're executing it. And how do you feel about just the draft class for now, Adam?
I do my draft preview videos as well, and I paid more attention to certain positions than others. And early on, everything seemed to make a lot of sense. I felt like Armand Membu was the most logical pick. Tyler Warren was sort of the sexy pick because, I mean, I have absolutely no memory of the Jets having a legitimately good tight end in my lifetime. Okay, I've seen a couple of okay ones, but never a true difference maker. So the idea of Tyler Warren was very appealing, but I knew you could get a good tight end later.
Yeah.
But there was no other pure right tackle with the upside of Armand Membu. And the last thing I wanted to do, even though there's some other good tackles later on, like an Ursary, those type guys, is draft one and move him over to the right side. I'm tired of moving first-round offensive linemen around the offensive line.
Yeah,
okay,
only Philly can do that with ours. We can't do that with ours. Come on.
Yeah, Philly. What do they know? What have they ever done well?
Yeah.
Philly. What are we talking about here? So, yeah, I was very happy with the Membu pick. Then Mason Taylor, I was thrilled when he got there. And just to see the pure angst, I actually watched the Dolphins show about a week after that, and they had Zach Thomas on, who I believe is his godfather. His uncle. That's right.
His uncle. Yeah.
Right.
Jason Taylor married Zach Thomas's sister. That's why they say he's got 2 All-Pros in the bloodline and like 2 Hall of Famers in the bloodline.
Acknowledge, yes. But to see the pure angst on Zach Thomas's face, knowing that his nephew is going to be a Jet, he's like, I can't say it, but damn, I want them to do well. But you can tell it is tearing him up inside because he knows he's going to be a good player. He's got that
favorite part of it. I hope the kid's great. But my favorite part of it is Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas, 2 of the greatest 3 Dolphins with Dan Marino in the last 40 years, right?
You can make the case, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who else made the Hall of Fame?
Hall of Famers, right?
Will be at Jets games in Jets gear. When the Jets play the Dolphins, they're rooting for they're rooting for family first, right?
I think they're rooting for the Dolphins to win and Taylor to score 5 touchdowns.
Jason Taylor did a Jet chant when his son got drafted.
He did. I know he.
That's big.
He's saying that during the draft, but when October comes around, will he still be doing that?
If Nicky got drafted by the Dolphins, I wouldn't be doing down in the ocean where the Dolphins. No, I'd be sitting there like this. Fuck this. We demand a trade. I'd ruin the whole draft party.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I definitely like the Taylor. We know with this, he's got a high floor. Our tight end room right now is so weak that if he isn't getting significant reps from week 1, we know something's up.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What are we looking at here? I mean, we're hoping for the upside of Stone Smart. We're waiting on him.
It's not a high bar to clear when it's Ruckert and Smart.
Exactly right. It's like being the thinnest one at a Weight Watchers convention. Okay. It's not very exciting.
So, now.
Hey,
watch your mouth.
Yeah, but but the pick of AZ Thomas, that one I didn't see coming. But I've learned a couple years ago. The more I have gotten to know guys like you and Dom and things like that. Be careful of thinking about a position with a round. You can't be doing that. NFL teams, smart ones, don't think that way. You look at the best player that you can get who fits you, and if a first round quarterback, that's like the one exception. But you know what? You're looking for good players regardless, especially if you're the New York Jets. If you actually have that roster that a lot of people think, where we have bottom tier talent in the league, I think that is still very debatable. But the more that we hear about Thomas, the better we have to feel. He's looked good in practice. And I know one thing, Aaron Glenn knows cornerbacks. He wouldn't advocate for a player getting picked, especially at the position he played, if he didn't see something special in him.
Yeah.
So that got me excited. I would say the other pick that I was happy about was Malachi Moore. That was a safety that I was looking at, and I like that he's a ball hawk because we've had a lot of safeties who are more box oriented, who are more hit oriented, and they don't always hit when they try to hit. Not going to mention anybody by name, but Moore is
all of them.
Well, it was nice seeing Ashton Davis get interceptions in the 5 defensive snaps he played every year. It was nice.
Yeah.
But
he'd play 5 plays, get 6 picks. I don't know how he did it.
Every time.
And then he'd recover the fumble that like Sauce would like miss. It's crazy. He was the ball magnet.
Brandon Eccles and Ashton Davis. They couldn't do much, but they could get turnovers. We knew that much.
That's it.
So, but I really like Moore with the leadership he brings, the range that he has. And this, I'm excited about the safety room because they've got range between Cisco and Moore. Adding those two in, I think, is going to do a lot. And now you don't have to rely on Tony Adams, who's, I think, one of those players that we want to be better, but deep down, we don't really want to admit that he's a Jag. He's just another guy, not much more than that. So, obviously, a lot of other moves were made. You had the UDFAs, but those were the moves that stuck out to me. And I would say this about Arian Smith. That wasn't somebody I had going until probably about the 6th round. There are a lot of other wide receivers that I really, really liked. But one thing we haven't had is a field stretcher. And he's looked good so far, but you know what? We've seen wide receivers who look good when the pads are not on. Chad Hansen, anybody? David Clowney, anybody? Do we have to bring back those names?
Darius Stewart.
That him as well. Yep, that was another one.
Who was the guy a couple years ago? Brownlee. Brownlee was going to be the next great Jets wide receiver because he had a one-handed catch on the sideline.
Oh boy, now I can't even use him in a trivia question because the name is too obscure. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So let's see what he winds up doing in these preseason,
ladies and gentlemen. In a little bit, I believe Adam has cooked up a little bit of trivia here for us tonight, so we'll have that for you later.
That's right. I went into the Jets trivia kitchen and I've cooked up a couple of whoppers for you.
Nice. So when you're looking at the off season, right? I've hit a couple things this year. I've nailed in November we weren't bringing Rodgers back. I nailed that we were bringing Justin Fields. I nailed that free agency. We weren't going to go get big contracts or big names. It's going to be short little deals, bargain bin shopping. Nobody in the top 50. I think Fields was 51 or 52 off of the CBS rankings that I did in March when I did a show about this. He was the highest rated guy that we got in free agency. Everybody else, it shows you they're going to draft, they're going to scout, they're going to build it from within. And then maybe later down the road, when it's time, that's when you strike. And that's how you build properly in the NFL. Are you surprised with that approach? Are you happy about that approach? What was your thought about the front office and how they attacked free agency?
Some people might not want to hear this, but I actually looked at the approach kind of similar as to what Joe Douglas did during the early part of his tenure as general manager. Not really getting involved in the major contracts on the first day of free agency. Mm-hmm. So you have to deal with 24 hours of certain Jet fans spazzing out, sleeping at the wheel, sleeping at the wheel, sleeping at the wheel. Can somebody wake up the general manager? And all of this. So I thought Muji had a similar approach, and it makes sense when you consider how much dead cap we do have to deal with for the next 2 years. Now that we did what we did with Rodgers, we're not taking the whole hit in 1 year. We're taking it over 2 years. So count on next year, 2026. We're going to do basically the same thing in free agency. So it made all the sense to go with 1-year deals, 2-year deals at the most, things like that. Because right now, we went from, I believe, the third, I want to say about the third oldest team last year, second or third oldest, to the second youngest now. The only team that's younger than us is the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Glenn wants to bring in a group of players that is moldable, that is coachable, that can see his vision. And are you going to get the sexiest names doing that? No, you're not. This is not a place where you're going to bring in mercenaries to take you from being a wild card team to being a Super Bowl contender. That's not what it's about right now. But you build it up over time, and it's the same thing in the NBA. You build your foundation, then you strike, and then if you need to get 1 or 2 free agents, 1 or 2 big time players, they want to find a way to go play for those teams. And even when Rodgers was here, who was doing that? I mean, it was the Randall Cobbs, it was the Adrian Amoses, it was Cobbs, it was Rodgers, old boys. So we're not there right now, and we're not going to be, I would say, for 2 years. So it's about building this up and seeing where it goes and proving that Glenn is the leader we need.
Little surprise this week. Now, since the Johnson family does own our team, and since Brick Johnson has made recommendations based off of Madden ratings, very surprised to see that the Jets are a top 10 team overall with ratings in Madden. Now, it doesn't mean much, but they're rated an 86 as a team, tied with Philly, who just won the Super Bowl. Now, you look across the Jets roster, Sauce, the linebackers, Quinnen, Michael Carter, Garrett, Brees, the offensive line. There's talent, but we haven't had much coaching. What are your thoughts on the coaching? Now, Steve Wilkes has been around for a while. He's going to be aggressive, which I like. You know, I didn't like to just sit there and rush. I like creativity. I like blitzing. I like confusing the offense. I just don't like being vanilla. You can't play preseason defense in big moments on 3rd and 6 in the NFL. You got to create pressure. I think Wilkes and Glenn will do that. With Glenn and Dre Bly, who both have had many interceptions in their careers, you could be seeing the secondary do something we haven't seen in a very long time, consistently get turnovers. Offensively, we got Engstrand and we got Turner. I'm very excited about Engstrand in the passing attack, but I'm not sleeping on Turner, who is North Turner's son. And you have the architect of the greatest rushing offense of all time at your disposal to be a resource for the coaching staff, which I love. And let's not sleep on this. Last year, Turner got promoted to the offensive coordinator in Vegas and really did well with getting a rookie tight end by the name of Brock Bowers the ball downfield. So there's some things to be excited about. A lot of things the Jets have not been able to do well in recent history. Maybe these coaches can bring that up. Now, before I throw that to you, a shout out to Kevin Tattoos, our first 5 membership gift tonight. When we're done here, we will get the wheel out, Kevin, and you will hit the multiplier wheel. Your 5 went to Zach Asman, Dana Russell, Oscar the Grouch, Weege, and the legend, Bobby Midnight. Kevin, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're a nice guy. And let's give you this, because he's a little freaky in the chat tonight.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
It's true. Wayne is a big deal. So I know I covered everything that I wanted to with the coaching staff. Let me throw that over to you. What do you see? What are you excited about? What are you concerned about? And what do you think maybe that these coaches can help a Jets team do that we haven't been very good at for a long time? Don't say win. That's too easy.
All right, I have to look up another answer here. Give me 1 second.
Succeed.
And you haven't, and you've left out my guy, Chris Banjo on special teams. Let's talk about it.
I may have overhaul with the specials too. Throw that in with it.
That's right. I may have a new sound effect on my show in the next couple of weeks, depending on when it's appropriate to bust it out. I will just leave it at that.
Nice.
I like to do that once in a while, especially when I can get them when there's no royalty involved. But anyway, um, as far as the coaching goes, I always felt that the coaching failed the talent over the last few years. I thought we had about as poor of a collectively coached group of players where the coach let the players down as much as any team I've seen in a long time. And I'm
Yeah.
including pretty much every sport for all of my team. And I've watched some bad teams, both mine and around me. I thought the Jets were as undercoached as I have seen in a long, long time. Now,
That's fair.
with,
I mean,
yeah,
Adam Gase had 3 games in a row scoring 34 points with like nothing. And he put up 34 points 3 games in a row, Darnold's rookie year, against the Redskins, the Raiders, and the Giants.
and I was at that Redskins game. He's throwing touchdowns to Daniel Brown, for crying out loud. It was just like, we're hoping
it was-
Redskin fans yell, sell the team, sell the team. Little did we know it would
Yeah.
actually happen, and they would become
Yeah.
what they became. I mean, who would have known? Now they got to do is get rid of that stadium. But I am very glad that
seen what they
What?
proposed. Have you seen the Washington Stadium that got okayed?
oh yeah,
That's ridiculous in a good way. We have a
I mean-
stadium that looks ridiculous in a bad way.
yeah. I think when it's built, whoever the president is going to want to be living there. But
Nice.
yeah, I think that I'm happiest. I think if there's one thing I'm most encouraged about with Aaron Glenn is, and even Steve Wilkes, because he's talked about this too in his press conferences, is emphasizing the fundamentals. With the defense, he talked about pursuit, tackling, and takeaways. Those 3 things specifically. And over the last couple of years with Robert Saleh, I feel like we had 1 out of the 3. We'd have the pursuit. We'd hear him talk about violence, getting the pressure with the front 4. We hear all about that. But how many missed tackles did we watch? How many times did we fail to take the ball away when a defender had the ball hit him right in the hands? How many times could we not fall on a fumble when the ball hit the MetLife Stadium cursed turf?
Yeah.
Too many times. So the best defense, and it's really weird. If you look at the Jets last year, they were 3rd in yards allowed on defense. And that's why yards is so deceptive. Because when it came to points, all this, they're around 21, 22 in terms of the efficiency. All you need to know is Jacoby Brissett went down the field twice, 3 minutes, and beat us.
Anthony Richardson, Geno Smith, like the list goes on.
If you had any doubt about where the season was, I mean, that Patriot game, that was the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
So the fact that we are focusing on that is a big deal, because I think too much we were looking at flash last year on defense and not enough on getting the fundamentals down. Screen passes burning us constantly. Do we need to remind ourselves of how many passes went right over the defensive line? And then it's like, oh God, here comes 25, 30 yards for the opposition every time. And now I'm not an Aaron Rodgers hater, but I'm very glad that on 3rd and 1, he won't be audibling out of giving the ball to Braylon Allen or to Breece Hall, because he needs to add to his friggin' touchdown total. I'm so glad that we're not going to have to see that ever again.
Agreed. I'm looking forward to playing against that week 1. I'm looking forward to him getting delay of games, because the more he does his Mark Arena, the louder that stadium is going to get. Because we went from watching it and hating it to now it's going to invigorate that crowd. And they are going to lose their freaking minds. And everyone who's a Jet fan better be walking out of there with no voice on opening day. Because every time that play clock starts ticking down and you see him doing all that, it's going to be earth-shattering, that stadium. And I'm looking forward to it.
Can't you imagine when Rodgers comes out? I know it's going to be daytime as opposed to nighttime, but can't you see him coming out with like a Steelers flag? Like yellow and black stripes like the American flag, but a Steelers flag. Can't you see him doing that just to troll us? He will look to troll us any way he can.
Well, let's get into that. He already did, right? He was talking with Mark Schlereth, and Mark Schlereth brought up the running game. And he said that Rodgers went on a 25-minute dissertation, basically, about how awful the Jets' running game was. My take with this entire thing has been kind of based off of what I just mentioned. When you're at the offensive line, Adam, and you're doing all those checks and you're changing all those routes, you're dictating to the entire world, we're going to pass here. And when you come up to the line and you don't do that, you're basically telling, we're going to run here. How can you have a successful run game in the NFL in this day and era with the size, the speed of the defenders if they know what's coming? And they pretty much knew what was coming. The only play I remember is against Indy. We got to the line. He didn't do any of that bullshit. It was play action to the left to Brees. He rolled out, dumped it off to a wide open Yaboa, and it was like an 18-yard touchdown, and he walked in because the defense was caught off guard. I don't get. I'm glad it's behind us. I'm glad it's behind us because you can't win in this day in the NFL without a mobile quarterback. Jared Goff, number 1 seed, best record in football, sitting duck against Washington in the playoffs, couldn't fucking move and got embarrassed. One of the best offensive lines in football. They just kept blitzing and said, you can't run, so we're going to come at you. Not that Fields is going to be better than any of those guys, but a good scheme can save you a second and a half. A good play caller can do, like, look at Cliff Kingsbury, how he used Jaden Daniels. Look at how Andy Reid uses Mahomes. You don't have to run for 300 yards every game. You just have to run at the right time. You have to have the right play call and execute it, right? We saw the Chiefs 4th and 2 in the Super Bowl. Run it, Mahomes keeps it off the edge, right, on an RPO. Justin Fields has the ability to take those the distance.
I do think, though, if Detroit didn't have half their defense injured, like they had so many injuries, though, they would have had a much better chance against Washington. I still think their ceiling is very, very high. But
rookie quarterback with no punts and no turnovers in a playoff game is remarkable.
Yeah, the way Daniels played that game was absolutely crazy, and I don't think too many people saw that result coming. But not to get too far off track, but I think Washington's one of those teams, along with Denver, who could easily believe their own BS a little too much, and it's going to be up to the coach to make sure those expectations are managed. I got a little more confidence in Sean Payton doing that than I do Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
So let's. What was your question? I'm sorry.
Just the play calling, the adjustments from Rodgers, the running game that he's shitting on. All right, well, you were part of that problem because you were being so predictable with what the plays were going to be.
I would say definitely true, and we haven't really had that mobile quarterback since the final days of Michael Vick, who was well past those days. I mean, Tyrod Taylor, he's not the mobile player that he used to be.
Yeah, so, Sam could run, Zach could run, but you weren't building. They could scramble. They weren't runners. There's a difference, right?
No, Zach Wilson, when he was running, like it looked like he was in quicksand, and watching him slide, I mean, it looked like he was like Hulk Hogan giving a leg drop. It just didn't look right at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I am looking forward to that. And I think the biggest thing is we got to remember Justin Fields has only been an NFL quarterback for 4 years at this point. It's not like he's 30 years old here.
Yeah.
He's getting better and better. If you look at some of the numbers, like sack percentage, interception percentage, turnover worthy plays, all of those numbers are getting better. And I look specifically at percentage numbers because Fields has not been playing full seasons for various reasons.
Yeah.
Like we know he was very unceremoniously benched for Russell Wilson while Pittsburgh had a winning record. So, but what all the numbers are telling me is that Fields is getting smarter as a quarterback. And I'm glad he had his time at Pittsburgh where they know how to coach players. You know, I've talked about quarterback rehab, with Sam Darnold going to San Francisco. Maybe Fields spending that brief time in Pittsburgh takes him to another level because Chicago is not exactly known for its ability to develop quarterbacks over the last, century.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Fields had that time there to be around an organization that expects to win and knows how to win. I think that's good for his mindset. He's very well respected by his teammates. Not saying that Rodgers wasn't. He certainly was early on, although I think that dissipated over later years. But the biggest thing for Fields is going to be the decision-making. Knowing when to throw the ball away, being willing to run, and knowing when to run, going through his progressions and all that stuff. And that's going to be on Tanner Engstrand and the like to coach that. But I'm looking forward to seeing the potential. We're going to see great moments, and then we're going to see moments that are going to frustrate the hell out of us. That's going to be part of the ride. And it's up to Fields to prove he's worthy of being paid starters money.
Yeah. And when you look at this Jets team, he's never had an offensive line this good. He's never had a running back this good. You can argue DJ Moore or Garrett, who's the better receiver. What you mentioned earlier with Mason Taylor, he really liked throwing to Cole Kmet. And you look at Cole Kmet in 22 and 23, where he's got like 70 catches, 800 yards. I think 8 and 4 touchdowns those 2 years. That's a good sign, because you need that other threat. Because you can double Garrett, and you can take away swing passes to Brees. But you need another threat. Like if you have Arian Smith taking the top off the defense, and then you bring Taylor in underneath, and now your safeties run off, Garrett does a comeback, and now Taylor's dragging, and he can catch and run. How many times do you remember? The last one that comes to my mind, there's two. Devontae Adams in Jacksonville, and I don't count that because it's a 32nd ranked defense that couldn't cover shit. And the Chicago game in the rain when Mike White hit Garrett Wilson and the safety fell. And Brees against the Giants. Those are the 3 plays I remember where we caught the ball and really ran after the catch. I'm sick and tired of watching Jets catch it and get tackled immediately because it was a 4-yard hitch. I'm tired of watching that. I want to watch what other teams do. I want to throw the ball downfield. I want to catch and run. I want to get your playmakers the ball in space where someone like Garrett Wilson, who's an athletic freak, can do his freakish things.
I have been amazed how often watching a lot of Jet games, the other team's receivers would find themselves in space. Sometimes you wouldn't even see another Jet on the TV screen.
Yeah.
But the Jets never seem to get space. And like, I know the talent disparity is not that. I know it isn't that. I know the quarterback discrepancy is except when Zach Wilson was on the field, but that's another story. But yeah, I for some reason it was like, and I couldn't give you a whole breakdown on, okay, here's what we got to do to get this player open. But I always felt like there was like some credible talent to go there. Certainly when we had Garrett and Devontae together, it seemed to make sense.
5 wins, dude.
But you know what?
5 wins. Justin Fields started 6 games and won 4. Aaron Rodgers started 17 and won 5.
We could get to there's a number of reasons. Yeah, I think Greg Zuerlein just missed another kick, but that's another story. But yeah,
you can look at it this way too, bud.
Yeah.
Your quarterback was settling for field goals. When Rodgers was in his prime, those drives were touchdowns. And there wasn't much time left on the clock for the other team to respond.
And Rodgers was not getting down the field, with those last minute opportunities. It wasn't working. So
there's a lot of things that went wrong. It's
everything that could have gone
the
wrong.
Only position that get the win-loss rating. No one knows what Quinnen Williams' record is as a starter, but you know what quarterbacks' records are as a starter. So if you want to be the face of the team, you want to be the decision maker, you want to do the Pat McAfee show, you want to do all that shit, you got to win, man.
Unless you're Aaron Rodgers, he could do whatever he wants. So yeah, God bless him that he got to that point. But really, the style of offense, you know what? I have watched so many inept offenses for so long that I don't care if they're going to the wishbone. I don't care if they're going to the run and shoot. Bring in talent, figure out what works, and coach them that way. Figure out the strengths of your players and coach to them. Don't make the players fit some limited system that you have. Yeah. And when I say that, I'm specifically referring to how many coaches, I know this is more of a defensive thing, but Eric Mangini had to have his defense, so we can't keep Jonathan Vilma. Just as a friend, James Ferrier, we can't keep him around. Hugh Douglas, when Bill Parcells comes in, we can't keep him around. All this type of stuff, and that is what drives me crazy. We give up on talent because these coaches are stubborn, and they can only do things one way. Well, you know what? You're going to lose a lot of time and a lot of games trying to switch around your entire personnel to play your precious system that only works when you coach it, apparently. And it's like, this defense didn't work quite as well when Lawrence Taylor wasn't on the Bill Parcells defense, as a for instance. Okay, so you know what? The best players and the best coaches are adaptable. And actually, in fairness to Parcells, I know he's a defensive coach, but he went with power with the Giants, went with finesse with the Patriots, and it was a hybrid with the Jets. And that's what I want to see. And I'm glad Aaron Glenn seems to be, from what I can gather, a flexible coach. He'll go man, he'll go zone, he'll go 3-4, 4-3, 4-2-5. He'll do what he has to do with the personnel he has to work with. And by the way, he had to do a lot of that last year when Aiden Hutchinson went down, when pretty much every Lions defender went down.
Yeah.
That gets me excited.
I reference this all the time. I'm glad you brought that up. I coached defense for many years on Pop Warner level. I'm not saying I'm an NFL coach, but fathers would ask me, hey, what do you run? I'm trying to have my son, I'm trying to help him figure out, what do you run? Like, do you have something on paper? I go, whatever it takes to win that week. What do you mean? I see what the other offense does on film, and I will devise a plan to take away what they do best. Every Pop Warner team has their plays that they want to run. When they're young, you want to get your best athletes outside. They toss it a lot. So I'd blitz outside angles to stop that. Aaron Glenn and Wilkes will do that. Robert Saleh, we play 4-3, we send 4 rushers, we play zone, we tackle underneath. Okay. Didn't really work. You got to make some adjustments. And there was times that they did, but there was so many times that it took too long. Because when your head coach, who's your smartest defensive mind, has to wait to halftime to get his 2 cents in because he's too busy standing like this, the game's lost. How many times did we see changes, but it was too late? That's not going to happen, in my opinion, with Wilkes and Glenn. I think they're going to be in communication. They're going to have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C. Because when you're playing defense in the NFL, you have to be able to punch, you have to be able to counter punch, and you have to be able to do it multiple times, possibly throughout a game. Because some teams are going to devise their best plan. And how many times do you see this? Game starts, team has the script, they go down, they score, then they don't move the ball very well for a little bit because you saw what they want to do, and the team takes it away, right?
Adam Gates.
Yeah. All right, we're even. We both brought him up. Shout out to everyone here. We're with WA2K from New York Sports, Wicker Media. Hit the like button if you haven't already. I did purchase some new items last night. Oh, today, actually. We have Joe Klecko jersey, autographed. I grabbed the Mark Gastineau jersey, and I have a Will McDonald mini helmet. The raffle's going off 3 weeks from tonight, July 6th, the night of the Yankees sweeping the Mets in that series. My apologies to any Mets fans wasting their money traveling and going to that game. Or if you're a Dodger fan pretending to be a Met fan for that day, that's going to suck too. Now you're going to pick a winner when you're here. But I digress.
It's going to be anything else. Why would a Dodger fan be doing that?
He's getting a place to stay. He's getting a place to stay. So he said, all right, I'll root for it. Addison's coming out from California. So he's like, all right, I'll do it.
Okay. You were going deep on that one, dude.
Yeah. We have. I'm teasing him. So that night, we will be doing this raffle. Gastineau, Will, Klecko. Got to be in it to win it. It's Sunday night. All raffle entries are tripled. Every $5 super chat or gifted membership gets you 3 entries. If you gift $5 or a $20 super chat, you get to go on the multiplier wheel, which with Adam here, who is infamous for the wheel, we will spin for Kevin, who gifted 5 earlier. And since you are our first one, we will shuffle it one time. And now, everyone, I know you guys love doing your predictions. Everyone's going to pick 26 because I think we had 5 straight come out with 26 the other day. Get your guesses in right now, folks. Yeah, listen to Kevin. He's got a good point. Be like him. Get on the wheel. Here we go. Let's see what Kevin gets. Oh, look at that. Kev got a big 50. There you go, Kev. 50 entries for you, sir. Very close to a 26, though, I might add. Very, very close to a 26. We do have a super chat, ladies and gentlemen, from Mr. Weed. You're going deep on that one. Things Nick has never heard before. Thank you. Well, not as deep as the hole in your shoulder, fuckface. But thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. And I saw this earlier. Mr. Weed, who got hit by a car last night on his scooter. What up, everybody? I'm good, just hurting, in bed right now, but I'll call in when Nick gives us the link. Thanks to everyone for the well wishes. Love you all. Thanks again to Nick for visiting me. You the man. Weed, you know I love you, buddy. I bust your balls, but when you get hurt, you know damn well I'm going to show up for you. Even with a giant gash in your back and I hate blood, I still showed up. I didn't. Ugh, it's rough. Blitz with a great line. I heard it was Rob from Glenhead that ran Weed over. Blitz, outstanding. Great comment. Eli with a super chat. Thank you, Eli. The $5 super chats get you and Weed both 3 entries on the wheel. Keep up the great work, Mr. Shine. Thank you, Eli. I appreciate it. You are a nice guy, as they say in the business. And Clancy made a comment earlier. I didn't tag it, but it was about a nurse looking like Mikey Midnight. I will say that nurse was nice. I don't know what you saw, but the video when I got there and I got yelled at, that was the nurse that was taking care of him. I thought she was nice to look at. I don't know why he's why you're taking digs on her. She was a nice lady. But Adam, did the Jets add anyone else to this roster?
No, I think if anything, we might see a situation where after cutdowns happen, then they might pick somebody up. Like I could see a kicker coming on board. I got this feeling that even before they cut Carlson, I had a feeling, you know what? I don't think our opening day kicker is on the roster. I think certainly I think they'll give Davis and Mevis every chance. I know this Chad is down with the thicker kicker. I know there's no question about it. We know he's got the power, but he's got to give the consistent accuracy. And to be honest, I'm glad Carlson's gone. All due respect to him. But when you miss multiple extra points, yeah, I can't count on you at that point. So, yeah, I felt like the ceiling was very, very low with him. I still think Nick Folk is out there. So if they wind up signing him, can't say I'd have a problem with that. As a for instance,
John Hall still available?
Is who available?
John Hall.
He'll never be available. He's in Canton, dude.
He's the greatest of all time.
Pretty much.
53-yarder on that awful Oakland Coliseum grass to send us to the playoffs. And we would have won the following week if Herm wasn't dumb enough to fly us back home.
So very true. I will say this. There's a position that I think a lot of people are looking at, and a position that I'm looking at specifically that I don't think gets talked about enough. Most people are thinking about wide receiver 2 because there are names out there that are appealing. Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper being right up there. Tyler Boyd, another one, if you're looking for somebody maybe a little bit more low cost. I'm just looking for receivers in general. That could be wide receiver, running back, or tight end. And I think the fact that Josh Reynolds is there, that he is a pretty darn good player, just never really had a lot of opportunities. But he has 8 years experience. I'm encouraged about that. Tyler Johnson, I think, is the same kind of player. You know, his production with the Rams, he was 7th on the team in both catches and yards last year. That's not exactly going to blow you out of the water. But when he gets the opportunities, contested catches, for instance, with Reynolds, he's very good at contested catches. I like that. Both good at yards after the catch. All kinds of little things there that can get you excited. I still want to believe in Malachi Corley, but my faith is very much wavering on him. And that hurts me to say that because I was a fan of his from the beginning. But he's going to have a great freaking training camp. No question about that. But the position that I think we're not looking at enough is blocking tight end. And I don't have a name for you to say, okay, this is somebody they can go sign. I don't have that for you because
you don't think Ruckert is that guy?
I don't. Ruckert, I think they had 72. I think PFF, and I know not everybody likes PFF, and understandably so. I think they graded 72 qualifying tight ends in blocking, and he was like 70 or 71. Okay, what Ruckert does well with blocking is when he gets a running start. If you put him in the Nick Bawden role, yes, we have a Nick Bawden mention on the show.
Nice.
If he gets a running start, that's fine. But if you're lining him up next to the offensive line, he's not going to do it. Now, new coaching staff, could that help? Maybe, because God bless Ron Middleton. We love the bravado. We love the sayings. What tight end developed under Ron Middleton? No one. Conklin, Ruckert, Kuntz, maybe Kenny Yeboah. That's as far as I could go, is Kenny Yeboah.
Yeboah went from 1 catch in 3 years to 3 catches in year 4. Like,
right, and was a good special teams player. That's fine. Every team in the NFL has a Kenny Yeboah. With all, Green Bean, please don't be offended if you hear me say that.
Yeah.
But
and every team has a Denzel Mims too, a guy that can't make the roster.
Right, and Taylor is he can't make a UFL roster anymore. He got cut by a UFL team not long ago, for God's sake. True story. But what are we looking at with the blocking tight end? Taylor is capable, but he's very, very raw. I don't think you could count necessarily on Mason Taylor stepping in and playing 100% snaps of every game. I don't think they're going to do that right away. So Ruckert, I'm sorry, I don't believe in him right now. Yeah. I could see him becoming a better receiver. Now that he has Justin Fields there, there's a new offense there. Maybe that could happen. Stone Smart, capable young player, but definitely more known for receiving than blocking. And this is an offense. What do we think this offense is going to be predicated on? 3 running backs, RPOs, a running quarterback, and 3 and out. Yes. So when you have that, you need more than just your 5 offensive linemen. Now, Reynolds can block a little bit of wide receiver, things like that. Even Arian Smith can block. Malachi Corley can block. Maybe that's why the Jets drafted him, was for his blocking. I don't know. But who's the blocking tight end that I think they're going to need? Because Breece Hall, we love Breece Hall, but he is not somebody who's going to create his own yards. Breece needs space to get going, and then he could be a home run hitter.
Yeah.
Braylon can create some yardage. Isaiah Davis has some short yard quickness. But I think this run offense is limited because I don't see a legit blocking tight end on it.
Fair. That's fair. Now, to counter that, right? Your scheme, your RPO, your misdirection can put your tight ends and receivers in a better position to make a seal block, and then you can hit them with an RPO on the backside instead of just straight ahead blocking, which is kind of what we saw a lot of the last couple of years. When Breece has been at his best, it's been that outside zone, be patient, foot in the ground, and go. I don't know how much we're going to see of that anymore. I don't know what the blocking scheme is going to be. We're kind of going to live and learn a little bit here. And sometimes that takes a few weeks to get that chemistry, that cohesion, that timing down. You've seen many running backs throughout NFL, even Derrick Henry has some slow starts, and then all of a sudden he drops that 160-yard game, follows it with 130, and then by week 7, he went from averaging 50 yards a game to now he's leading the league in rushing by mid to late October. So I hope that the Jets have a good running plan. I hope that they're not afraid to stick with it. I hope that they're not afraid to build off of it. And then that's when you get your RPOs and your play actions, your waggles, and then your open dump off passes. And that's when you can really start having fun with this offense, because, you can start peeling the layers of the onion back. Something we didn't do last year was stick with the run or even establish the run. And it was basically just street ball, right? It was like, I'm going to throw it 4 times. Hopefully we get 10 yards.
Yeah. We had the fewest rush attempts of any team in the NFL last year, the fewest. And I'll tell you what, one other coach that I think we need to be thinking about is Steve Hyden, because he's the offensive line coach, but he also was the tight ends coach in Detroit.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a lot to say about the success of that run game.
Yeah. And, they go hand in hand. I'm a little concerned about the quarterback coach being a former running back coach. Like, I know you want to run the ball, but come on. Eli says, I can honestly think of one decent tight end in Jets history. That's it. Are you Mickey Schuler? Are you Dustin Keller? Are you Johnny Mitchell? Are you Jeff Cumberland with 2 touchdowns on Monday night in Atlanta?
Not him. I was never a Cumberland guy at all. I think we got to go back to Pete Lamons.
Are you Mr. Sticky Hands, Kellen Winslow? That comment's for you, Knob. I hope you're still watching.
I know the reference. I hope he's enjoying the market.
Eli, how old are you?
I'm guessing
Because
30 and under.
I remember Mickey Schuler. That was the first
Yeah.
tight end in the 80s. Mickey Schuler was really good.
Schuler was the closest that we had. I think he made a few Pro Bowls, but yeah,
Right.
I became a Jet fan just as his career was ending. So
Right. They're not that old time, Eli. Jesus Christ. Don't make me feel that old, dude. He's like, I don't know about the old time players.
Eli, it's color
80s.
TV. What are we talking about?
80s was like 6 weeks ago, man. Calm down.
Same helmets. What are we talking about?
All right. So that's 34. It's 12 years. Yeah. That's a little bit
34,
of a
right.
time scale than we're used to. But, I know I have you for a little bit longer. Were you able to cook up some trivia, good sir?
Most definitely was. Yeah, Mr. Weed is right. Chris Baker, the touchdown maker, number 86. I always liked him too. And then I think we traded a first round pick for Doug Jolly. Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's still one of the worst trades I've ever seen.
Whoever gets the trivia question correct will get 5 spots on the defensive line raffle wheel.
Okay. Nick, how many questions would you like to? Do you have an idea how many questions you'd like me to do tonight? I can give you whatever you want.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Okay. And all right,
anything set.
All right. So basically, everybody, every Wednesday night on the Wednesday Night Live show that I host, usually it's right around 7 o'clock, just depends how the show's going. But it's basically the culmination of my week of research in the Jets labyrinth of knowledge. I bust open the books, I dust off the Encyclopedia Britannica, and I challenge the most loyal fans of the most loyal fan base in the NFL. Just how much do you know about your New York Jets? So let's play Jets trivia. I always do that intro every week. So now I'm in the mindset. So
Oh yeah.
all right.
Reminder, whoever gets it right first will get 5 raffle entries.
Okay.
No
So I'm-
Googling either, Nate.
Yes.
With your 5 computers.
Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. If this is for a raffle prize, then I think, so this question has 2 correct answers. I want to see both correct answers as part of your answer. I'll let you know which ones are correct and which ones aren't. But since this is a defensive line oriented raffle, I'm going to give you a defensive line oriented question. And now this is about jersey numbers. So one of our prizes is a Will McDonald mini helmet, I believe. Is that correct, Nick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your question, this first question, name the 2 Jets who wore number 99 most recently before Will McDonald.
Oh, can I just answer it and steal the raffle entries from people?
If you think you know both of them, you could type it to me in the private chat if you want.
One went to Tampa. I'll give a clue. 1 went to Tampa.
Hey, Addison, thank you. Let's see. I'll let you know, guys. I'm watching the chat. I'll let you know if one of the answers is correct, but I want to see both answers in the same answer. So you can guess one at a time if you like, but eventually we want to see both in one. That way we have one clear winner.
The people who are guessing, it's much more recent.
We got a winner.
New York Jets super fan.
We got it.
Yep. That was what I was looking for.
Vinny Curry, which is the tough one, and Steve McClendon, who was here for quite some time before indeed trading him to Tampa Bay. So New York Jets super fan, good job.
Very nice.
All right.
I guess if you have the name New York Jets super fan, you have to be able to get New York Jets super fan. You got 5 entries, my friend. Now, in the interest of being fair, New York Jets super fan, I will ask you not to answer the next question so somebody else can get some raffle entries. During that, we had OG Jets fan 85, our buddy Tommy, gift the membership. That went to Wild Wave. Now, Wild Wave, over the last week, I've had to remove 7 people from the Discord. Please, either sign up on your own and send me proof, or unfortunately, I am going to have to remove you tonight. Please, good sir. You've been there for a long time, and I don't want to see you go. And Tommy, thank you for the membership, good man. Hope you're doing well, sir. All right.
Okay. Let's see. All right. I think after that last question, I think I need to up it a little bit. I think we need to make it a little more challenging because this chat brought their A game on a Sunday night. All right, we're gonna go, and I want to go kind of recent here because I know we got a few. We got a mix of younger Jet fans, more seasoned Jet fans. We're gonna go with a 2024 Jets trivia question. And Nick, if you know this one immediately, that'll be pretty impressive.
Okay.
Actually, can I do this one? All right, yeah, because this has 4 answers. I think this one. Actually, I'm not going to do it that. I'm going to do a different question because I think this one's a little too much. And if we're looking for trivia answers, I don't want to have 4 answers. That's too much. Okay, so name the 2024 Jets who played college football at Duke University.
I know one, definitely. The
Mhm.
second one.
In Durham, North Carolina, just up the road from where I live.
Oh, man. Who was the second one?
I know you know the first one.
Yeah, first one's easy.
Right.
Remember, put both answers together. Don't guess
answers.
one guy. Don't guess one player because you might be giving the answer to someone else. Man, you had to do a Duke question? What the fuck, dude? I thought we were friends.
I know. Hey, when else would I ever do
You know
it
what?
except
This is
when
the
I'm
type
with
of
you?
comment I'm looking for. This one will get on air.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
wonder
I was
we
actually-
suck if we have 2 Dookies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well done.
I was actually in Chapel Hill today doing some deliveries. So I actually drove through the
Nice.
UNC campus. So I did.
All right.
I saw the Bill Belichick sign and flipped it off.
Oh, John B.
John B just edged out Nate. Nate, I'm sorry, but John B got you. Michael Carter II and our long snapper, Thomas Hennessy, both went to Duke.
Excuse me. Suck it, Nate. And congrats, John. John, you are on the wheel. 4 or 5. John B. 5.
Okay. And I'll get and whenever you're ready, I'll give you one more, and then I think we'll call it.
Okay.
Okay. Gotta save some for my own show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's do another jersey number question. Wayne Corbett wore number 80 for 11 seasons with the Jets. Name the only other Jets wide receiver to wear it for at least 5 seasons. My grandfather and me. Luckless pedestrian, that one's for you.
Number 80 for 5 seasons. I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Was he a famous first-round draft pick known for drops?
Oh, you're totally not giving that one away. You're in the right area. Yep. OG Thomas Hennessy is still on the team. Yeah.
It's not Crowder. No one's worn 80 since Corbett, so
Right.
it can't be Crowder.
Right. No, yep, you're right. No one's worn 80 since Wayno. It's not Crowder. So yeah, obviously it hasn't been worn since Corbett. So you got to go back a few years. But if you're a Jet fan,
Johnny Lamb Jones is who I was thinking.
That's exactly Johnny Lamb.
That's what I said. The first round pick known for drops.
Yep,
Right,
that's 1980 to 84. He was with the Jets for 5 years. Despite being a first round bust, he hung out for 5 years, which kind of shows
I don't know who fans hated more back then, Jones or Richard Todd.
That's some hate right there. So, yep, very, 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 very fast, but that's about all he really brought to the table. So hopefully Arian Smith is not a Johnny Lamb Jones. Obviously, he's not a first round pick, but so there you go. Johnny Lamb Jones, 5 seasons with the Jets. So glad Wayne Corbett redeemed the number.
Since I got it right, and I am a giver, not a receiver. Next person to gift a membership, I will add those 5 raffles onto yours. See, look at that. I'm a giver.
How good, how nice of you, dude. Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be more like you.
I don't want to grow up. I'm having fun.
I'm a Toys R Us kid. Nick stealing his own raffle and kicking people out of his Discord. Yikes.
It's not kicking people out of the Discord. It's people haven't done what was required to be in the Discord. There's a difference. There's a difference. People aren't supposed to accelerate through left turns in a yellow light, but they did.
There goes Kevin. Kevin Tattoos making his mark.
Kevin going big time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin gifting 5 more. That went to Mike Rubino, Mark Reese, Goose McGee, Jake, and Big Will. And Kevin said himself, not playing any games. Well, Adam, I thank you for playing the trivia game, but we're going to bring up the wheel one more time. And I know how much of a fan you are of the wheel.
Most definitely.
So, Kevin, since that is your second time, we will shuffle it twice. And I know everyone will be guessing 26. And Kevin, good luck, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, of course. All right. All right. It's 18.
18.
And then, where are you? You are at 68. And then Mr. Weed gifted a membership that went to Infrared Jets. So, Weed, since you gifted 1, I will add, you have 8 on that one, Weed. And you deserve it because you got trucked. Well, Adam, I thank you. I know you had a little bit of time. I know I got stuck in East Bumblefuck, New Jersey, and Sophia's team won the championship. And
Yeah, you were down by Philly.
Very, very long day.
Yeah, you were down by Philly, so you definitely have my sympathies.
Meth, and neck tattoos. That's all there was. And I'm just talking about the women. I'm not even making fun of the guys yet.
I figured that was like the pet cats.
Awfulness.
Yeah, just remember, everybody, the only good things, 3 good things to come out of Philadelphia: cheesesteaks, pretzels, and Rocky Balboa. That's it.
Yeah, they're all made up. Nothing real.
Pretty much accurate.
Blitz is asking, is Adam coming for a game this year?
All right,
I know
well,
we've talked. I've told you about Jake and the party Jake and I are doing for Carolina. Are you committing? Will you break news right here?
Well, we did have some interesting news come up. So a couple things going on here. I guess I may as well get the plugs out of the way. For anybody who may not know, the first game I'll be going to this year, now that I don't live in Virginia anymore, so I'm no longer the Virginia Jets Fans Club president. So now I have a little bit more free time to travel if I want to do so during the season. But I will be at the not yet frozen tundra of Lambeau Field for the first preseason game. I know it's preseason, but I will get to go to Lambeau Field for the first time in my life for Jets Packers. I am pumped as hell to go. I've got a friend or two who's already going. So if anybody's actually planning to go to Green Bay, hey, I'm staying at I'm staying in a motel about a mile away. We can hook up. I'll be doing the stadium tour on Sunday, touring Lambeau Field and the Packers Hall of Fame.
Awesome.
And so I am very excited. And no, I will not be wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey over there. Maybe I could sell it. I don't know. But the other thing that has happened, and don't really know how this is all going to break down, but I do know week 2 of the season. So I think that's September 14th, I think is the Sunday. It's right around 13, 14.
Week 2 is Buffalo.
So my family and I, we just got tickets for the One Bite Pizza Festival on Randall's Island. Over 40 pizzerias, everything from New York to New Haven to Philadelphia, a couple other cities as well. And it's all you can eat pizza on Saturday all day long. So I'll be staying in Queens that weekend. Don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm planning on staying an extra day. I know it's Jets Bills that weekend, week 2. I know Mets Rangers, that's going on as well. So I'm considering what I'm going to wind up doing. I know it's not the event that's going on, but I will be in town that weekend if there's anything going on. So because I have that going on, I'm not sure about the Carolina weekend.
Okay.
Because that trip, I'm doing Chicago, Milwaukee, and Green Bay in one shot. It's like a 4-day trip with hotels, rental cars, and all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
got to plan that. But I
Yeah,
do
and
have.
to be fair, I know Nate is a king troll. You planned the trip to Chicago, and then it happens to be that time. So you're taking advantage of the Jets being up there and going and seeing Lambeau.
Right. And as most people know, for those who know me, they know I lived in Chicago for 20 years. So I get to see some friends. The Mets are in Milwaukee that weekend as well. So I can get Mets Brewers in. It's just ridiculous how that all works out. So just kind of working my way up into northern Wisconsin. And I think it's going to be a pretty fantastic time. So
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah, so
Adam,
I'll do
thank
some
you so
video.
much.
I'm sure I'll put some stuff on my channel about that. I'll try to do some live video and things like that. Just try to bring it into Wisconsin with me. So
Absolutely. And I am waiting for this to load right now.
Rick Kent, I
Almost
agree.
load. What do you say? I'm not looking at it.
F the Pacers. Amen.
That's a shame, though, man. It's like the Knicks can't win, but they can eliminate their opponents for next year, man. Take Halliburton and Tatum both go down.
Hey, you know, they wouldn't have any sympathy for my teams. So I mean, for the individual, the human being, yes. For the team, for the fan base, no, because they wouldn't have any sympathy for me or for my teams. So what can I say? I don't know. 31 years of nothing. My bitterness. I get more bitter by the year as a sports fan. I can't deny it.
All right. I just dropped Adam's YouTube page in the chat. If you haven't already, go check that out. Adam, thank you. And we will talk soon, my friend.
Sounds good. Everybody, good to see you. Join me Wednesday night, 6 p.m. for the weekly Wednesday night live show. Oh, one other thing I want to plug for the show. Yeah. July 2nd, Wheel Night. No analysis, no breakdowns, no PowerPoint slides that I like to do. We're just going to do 3 and out, and we're going to spin the random Jets wheels all night long. So it's going to be fun. Going to ask a few people, hopefully, to jump on with me. And just, it's America's birthday that weekend. So I just want to celebrate the people who have been joining me, hanging out with me by doing the wheels all night long. So
nice.
It's going to be fun.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me on, Nick. Appreciate it,
man.
buddy.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon, buddy. Be good.
Good night.
Awesome. Always love hanging out, talking with Adam. For those of you who've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that Adam and myself, Jeremy, Gunny, Tigo, Dom, Buffalo Jet fan, we're always coming up together. New York Jets super fan. I just shared it. The link should be there in the chat. Adam is one of the more well thought out YouTube content creators. He spends a lot of time on his show in preparation for it, and I'm just going to bring on a guy who's completely opposite of that right now. What's up, Charles?
Hey, Nick, how are you, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Nothing. I just hung out. I just chilled home today for the most part.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's Sunday night. Set up the phone. It's push-ups and sit-up time. Let's go. Let's see if you've been doing it, because I know you haven't done a goddamn one since last Sunday. You know the Sunday Charles segment everyone wants to see. Push up or shut up. That's what we're calling it. It's workout time, Mr. Gorman. Let's go. The people want to see the summer of Charles. You got the wife beater on. Let's go. What kind of butt plug device is that back in your closet? That looks weird. What is that red thing back there with that long penis on the top of it?
That's a broom, dustpan.
That's a broom. That looks like a giant butt. Tom Ace is telling me that looks like a butt plug.
What are you talking about?
Let me see that thing. Tom is texting me right now. Yeah, Tom says that device at the bottom is supposed to stop it from going too deep into you.
You're unbelievable.
That's Tom Ace. What do you want from me, man? The guy knows what he knows. All right. Are we doing push-ups or sit-ups first?
Push-ups.
Are you sure you don't want to tire yourself out? Last week you struggled with the sit-ups. You don't want to go with the sit-ups when you're fresh?
Fine, I'll do the sit-ups.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last week he did 0. This week we see his balls. And go. No, stop it. Turn to the side like you did last week. You and your giant special needs helmet you're showing to the crowd. What are you doing?
Hey, I don't have a helmet.
All right. And last week, Charles was unable to do a sit-up. And go. All right. Still can't. Try again. If you push a little bit of a nugget out on the backside, that means you're really trying hard. You know what? Weed, I'm bringing you in to watch this because your commentary is going to be really good. Come on, Charles. Weed's watching. This guy got up off the ground after getting hit by a car quicker than you can get off the ground doing a sit-up.
Come on, Charles. All right, you got the arms crossed. There you go.
He almost needed. What is this? What, are you trying to blow yourself?
Sit up, crunches.
It's the old Marilyn Manson kind of deal.
Carly just asked, "How far along are you?" Oh, that just. Oh, he got so dejected.
I would say late first trimester.
Come on, Charles. Do one. You can keep your feet on the ground and cross your arms across your chest. And ready? We're gonna, you Clark Kent this. You Clark Kent the fuck out of this right now. Ready? Set. Charles, the whole community believes in you. Everyone thinks, go, 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 go. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up.
There you go.
One.
Now do 4 more.
All right. Come on. Breathe. Your face is turning redder than the butt plug in the back. All right. Try doing this. All right, let's try this. Is there a gap underneath your couch? Can you put your feet under the couch to hold your feet down, and then you can use that as like a little momentum? I believe in you, Charles. You can do one.
You might not actually be able to do one. I mean, as long as you get up as far as you can and you just keep doing it every day, you'll eventually be able to do a full
I can't
sit-up.
talk to my TV, so I can't do it.
Do not put your feet under the TV or knock the TV on yourself and you'll kill yourself. And then I have to like break in and help you. I already saw one special needs guy in the hospital this week. I don't need to go for 2.
I do still appreciate that.
You're welcome, buddy. All right, Charles.
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
If I brought you a picture frame with me and you on it from the Charles video, would you put it on your TV stand right there? Like underneath your family picture? If I brought you like a little 4x6?
That would be fine.
Yeah, you display that picture of me and you?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I, Nick?
All right, I'm just asking.
Hey, Weed.
What's up, Charles?
I heard you got messed up, man. I'm so sorry, man.
I got clipped pretty good.
Heard the guy was a real dick.
God, he was terrified. He thought he killed somebody, and then he almost got beat up.
Real quick, guys. Carly says it's 11:11. Make a wish. I wish Charles could do a sit-up next week. Now, Charles, remember what we said last week. You have to try this throughout the week, and then you'll get better. You can't just plop up here on a Sunday at 11:11 and think, oh, it's going to happen. See, look, this guy just got hit by a car, and he can do a sit-up.
It's not fun, but yeah, I can.
Well, don't hurt yourself.
I can do push-ups.
Yeti says, I'm glad I joined. 5 minutes is all I needed. Good night, folks. You know what? If I would have thought about that in my dating life, it would have been nice. Tommy, you can try. I know your audio. God damn it, man. It's humid and sticky down here, and the wire keeps sticking to my arm, and I knocked the...
I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. Even with my air conditioner on, it's fucking humid and sticky.
Yeah, it's getting rough. Tommy, you can try. I know your audio sometimes is rough, but if you got good audio, man, yeah, come say hello. How you feeling, Charles?
I feel good. I'm so good.
All right, don't think you're getting out of the push-ups. Let's go.
I know that, smart ass. I know that.
Don't call me the smart ass, Charles. I could do sit-ups, bro.
I'm not doubting that.
What is that?
Don't slam your head down. You're not filleting someone. Just bend. There you go. Keep that core tight.
Yeah,
Tighten your stomach too as you do it. Keep your
Chest
core
to
tight.
chest to the
Breathe.
floor.
Breathe.
Chest to the
There you
floor.
go. There you go. Go lower.
Chest
That's
on the
it.
floor,
Breathe.
Charles.
Everyone. Breathe. We're getting you training for sex, Charles. Keep going. Keep going. You got to do more pushes than that, or else the lady's going to leave.
Those aren't push-ups. What is he doing?
Well, I don't know.
Charles,
It's the beginning.
chest.
It's like the
Put your
Lifesavers
chest on the
commercial. It's the
floor.
beginning.
Put your chest on the floor and push up. Lay flat on the floor. Put your hands down and push up. Now do that. That's a push-up.
How's that a push-up?
That's a push-up.
I'm a little exhausted right now.
Why?
You can still do a fully functional push-up. One hand, Charles. Do the Rocky
Do
one-hand
not
push-up.
one hand. He will face plant and break his glasses. What are you trying to do? Yeti says, holy shit, those are almost real push-ups. Yeti says, weed, you do 3. Yeti, he just got hit by a car yesterday, man. He was in the hospital last night. You may have missed the beginning of the show, but I went to go see him in the hospital last night. He got taken out by a vehicle on his scooter, and he is pretty fucked up.
I
More
can
fucked up
guarantee
than he's
you,
usually fucked up.
I can guarantee do 3 one-handed push-ups with my right arm right now.
Don't try it because your shoulder and your neck are sore. I believe you. Stack has a
Charles,
good suggestion. Stay on your knees. I'll be honest with you. There was about 20 years I couldn't do a regular push-up because I weighed too much, and I would do knee push-ups. I could say now I can do 20 push-ups without being on my knees. There you go. Oh, hold on, man. He just fucking goes. There you go. Now, no, wait. Walk your hands out a little bit. Like, move your hands out from your knees. Now lean over your hands with your shoulders. Yeah, there you go. All right. You're doing doggy style. Nope. Your knees and your. All right, hold on. Let me get me back on the screen. Look, this is your knees on the ground. This is your hips. They're too straight up. You want to move your hips forward. So kind of like your knees are back from your hips. You don't want your hips right above your knees. You follow me?
You want to be pushing weight. So when you do a push-up, you want to have your weight on your arms and your chest. So you got to lean forward a bit if you're doing it on your knees. Giggity.
Perfect.
Ah,
Weed, stay in bed. Don't get out of bed.
I'm not getting up. I'm just moving around.
Gator says Charles looks comfortable in that position. Easy entry. Let me make this easy for Gator.
Charles, if you're gonna wear that tank top, you're gonna have to get some muscle.
Yeah, I gotta lose weight.
What got said?
Just the whole thing. Charles, you're a fucking national treasure, man.
What did I say?
Just the getting up and the halter top and the belly out. It's just the angle of it all. I've had a long day, and just you bring a smile to my face. So thank you.
You're welcome.
When he set up with the crop top, that had me. Charles showing off his midriff.
Nate, it's just the Nick Shine show. So it's whatever Nick Shine feels like doing. Thanks,
That's
buddy.
right. He's shining like a motherfucker. All right, Charles. Now run 2 miles.
Charles?
Yes.
It's a talk
I'm on
show.
my phone. I'm on my phone. Somebody clip Charles right now.
It's a talk show, Charles. I know you're exhausted. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the season. I played some Madden today on my Xbox 360, Madden 10 and Madden 12. Had a lot of fun.
Eli asked, "Can we get an Ask Charles segment? Would you be up for taking questions from the chat?"
Sure, but it depends on the questions.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a question first. Don't read the chat. Can you wait for me to put the comments on air? Don't look ahead in the chat. Come back. Get out of the chat because you'll look at the chat.
He's already reading.
I know he's
I'm
reading
not
already.
looking at the chat. I swear to God.
All
I'm
right.
not looking at the chat.
Nate says it's Charles's C cups. That's confusing everyone. Carly then says mine aren't C's.
I'm not saying a damn thing about that.
Oh,
Mine
ladies
might
and
be.
gentlemen, I just got a text from Charles. Said they might not be C's, but they look like A pluses to me. Charles, how the fuck did you text that so quick?
I didn't text you anything.
I just ding, it went off.
That's way better than what I was going to say.
Sorry, Carl.
Oh.
All right, Eli. First question, Charles. Who's your favorite all-time Jet?
Terrell Revis.
Okay. New York Jets superfan says Batman or Superman?
I like them both, but I was always a bigger Superman fan.
Okay.
He
I
loves
know.
it.
Oh, Jaden says, when are you looking to get married?
When I have a job, when I have a stable career, and when I find the right woman.
So never.
How many roofies do you need me to get you?
No roofies, man. No roofies.
Okay.
What,
I
no
like
hot
that.
coffee?
I like that. Never admit to it on YouTube. Ding!
That's right.
As many as you can get. He texted me again, Weed. He texted me again.
I didn't text you.
All right, Charles, stop yelling at me. It must have been Eddie. Charles, do you play Warzone?
What do you mean, Call of Duty Warzone? I don't really play shooters that much.
Okay. Coincidence, when Weed got hit by the car and got checked into the hospital, he had shooters in his book bag that he had to check in. Okay.
It's funny you don't play shooters that much, considering
How
you
did my
look like.
chest feel after the
Don,
Braves
don't read
did it?
ahead. Weed was talking. I'll
Yeah,
read
you
the
ruined my joke.
questions. You think of the answer, Charles. It's an interview. How did your chest feel after that brutal shaving incident? Good
A
question.
little
Gator.
itchy, but not too bad.
Okay. Eli says, Charles, what's your favorite food?
That's kind of that's not a bad question, but I don't really have like a number one favorite food.
Basically, whatever in front of you. Hawk doesn't have a question, but he has a very, very interesting analysis. Of course, your favorite player won a ring.
But he
with
played
the
most of
Pats.
his career with the Jets, so it does count.
Eli says, Charles, what's your dream job?
My dream job involves helping people, serving people, being around other people, working as a team, I am thinking about trying to get into security, but it all depends where I'm going to be security for.
Well, do you realize what dream job is? Dream job differs from realistic job. Like my dream job would be professional, like booby tester.
Okay, my dream job. God, I have so many dream jobs. It's not even funny.
I'm
My
sure
dream
it probably is pretty funny.
My dream job. One of my dream jobs is. Well, I've had that dream when I had that dream when I was a kid. I was a train driver. That was a Cespedes Thomas thing.
Nice. There you go. All right. New York Jets superfan says, Charles, other than your mom's soup, what is your favorite food?
I knew that was coming.
Dino
I like macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
I
Out
like
of the box?
like Kraft or maybe Panera Bread's not too bad.
Okay. Addie says, have you invited any lovely ladies to your new place?
No, not yet.
Okay. Eli again. Charles, describe your dream woman. Carly. Would I answer that right? Carly, dream woman?
No, stop it. She don't come to Jersey.
All right. A New Jersey Carly. Is that better?
My dream girl is not only good with her looks, but good with her character. her personality, someone who's loving and nurturing, patient,
And goes to New
respectful.
Jersey. Carly.
respectful, treats me with respect, treats my parents with respect, especially my mother.
Oh, so I'm your dream girl?
Oh, stop it.
Your
Someone
mom loves
who-
me, Charles. You just described me.
But you're not a girl. Unless you identify yourself as a woman.
Charles, I be whatever I have to be in the stream to get people to laugh. Hit the like button. Whatever I need
what
to
else
be,
they-
whoever I be. All
I
right.
know.
Very important question here from Rick Kent. Take this seriously. Who is stronger, Superman or Jessica Jones?
Well, Superman, from what we've seen, but Jessica Jones is very strong too, but I'd say Superman.
Okay. I don't know who Jessica Jones is.
She's Luke Cage's wife in the
All right,
comic.
You're speaking gibberish. Gator says, how many times do you choke the chicken? A day. How many times a day do you choke the chicken?
I know what choke the chicken means.
Are you counting? Is that why you're taking so long to answer? Gator is a member of the community, and he has a serious question for you.
Enough.
More than one?
Yes.
Then I will not be coming into that apartment because that must look like I'm bringing a black light. That thing probably can glow from outer space. I bet you from outer space, your apartment looks like Trump dropped a B-52 on it because that thing is fucking bright. Blitz BK says, what's your favorite razors for your face? And I can't believe he just said more than one. I love you, Charles.
I like Gillette.
Okay. New York Jets superfan says, who would you marry, Carly or Sarah?
Well, Sarah's with Hawk, so
Hawk's home. They're not together anymore.
what the hell happened?
Maybe one of them has feelings for you. You really don't watch shows. You just pop on and call on and disappear, huh?
I'd say Sarah. Hopefully she.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles just texted me now. He has to go choke the chicken again.
Put me back on, you meathead.
All right. If you could have dinner with one famous person, who would it be?
Does it have to be alive?
Why would you have dinner with a dead person?
If I had a dinner with a famous person, I know you don't read comics, but one comic writer I've always liked was Grant Morrison.
Obviously.
Grant Morrison is a legendary comic book writer. I like his work, especially with Superman, so I'd probably say Grant Morrison.
All right. Addison says, what the hell are you waiting for?
What do you mean, what the hell am I waiting for?
I don't know. I don't know. This comment was before. I'm a little behind in the chat. Big fella says Jessica Jones has better tits than Superman.
She better.
John, I don't know if you've heard Charles's commentary and thoughts. I don't know if a Christian dating site is for him.
I don't do Christian dating sites or any dating sites for that matter.
Yeah, that's because a lot of them ask how tall are you, and it's not worth filling out the bio. I'm looking for questions, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Clancy, he does. He does have a mean Fu Manchu growing in. All right. What would the title of your autobiography be? Eli, tremendous questions, Eli.
What would the name if I had an autobiography?
Chuck the Chicken Choker.
Oh, stop it. Little Eagle.
Nice. Oh, this is what he said. You haven't invited a lovely lady over to your place yet. Why not?
Well, I can't be inviting hookers.
That escalated quickly. Also, you don't invite them, you pay them. So we got to clarify that. But you all right, we got to work on this. We'll work on it. I'll help you out. Here's what we'll do. Well, it's really fucking hot this week. All right, maybe later in the week when it cools off. I'm not going to walk the next 2 days. Tomorrow's Mom's birthday. Mama Shine turns 73 in half an hour.
God bless your mother.
Thank you, Charles. You're a nice guy.
She's
So
73.
tomorrow. What?
Oh, she's older than my mom. Holy crap.
Charles, I'm 16 years older than you. Why are you surprised that my mom's older than your mom?
I'm an idiot. I don't know. I can only laugh at my stupidity.
A couple more questions for Charles, and we got some other callers to get to. Gator says, if you had to sleep with a man, who would be your guy?
Clint Eastwood. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all right. I like it. As long as it's clean as Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino, because you guys would get along great. I missed these earlier. Jay Quest, member for 11 months. Thank you, Quest. Charles, my friend's wife's name rhymes with a female anatomy part. Can you name it?
My friend's wife's name rhymes with a female anatomy part. Can you name it? There's so many female anatomy parts. I'm trying to think.
I'm going to
Breast?
go with Regina.
Regina. Oh, I was going to think of that too. I just thought of it. No BS.
Big fella says, member for 1 year. Thank you, big fella. Charles, would you rather be the first person fighting the gorilla or the last in line to bang Bonnie Blue, who's also Brad Blue? There's a little conspiracy with that Bonnie Blue used to be like Bobby.
I'd rather be the first person fighting the gorilla.
Okay. All right. Eli with the super chat says, happy birthday, Mama Shine. Thank you, Eli. Very kind of you. Oh, shit. I didn't even see that we'd put Regina in the private chat, and I just saw it now. Oh, my God. I think like him. Oh, I need to get hit by a car. All right, Charles. Can we try to work out throughout the week? Can we try to do some more push-ups, some sit-ups? Can we try by next Sunday 10 weeks? You have 11 weeks from today is the Jets season opener. I want to see you be able to do 10 sit-ups by the Jets season opener. Can we get you there? We got to eat healthier. We got to walk. We got to work out. You got me so upset I'm punching the microphone.
Sorry, Nick.
All right. And if you put the amount of time into sit-ups that you put into pleasuring yourself, you would set the world record for sit-ups by next Sunday.
I'll keep that in mind.
Big fella with a very, very good tip, which is why I've lost 133 pounds. Go ahead, Charles. Read this one out loud. I know how much you love that.
If you lose weight, your penis looks bigger.
Doesn't look. It is. It's true. For every 10 pounds, you get an inch. You're doing math right now, aren't you?
I'm just thinking of the possibilities.
Well, your hands don't get bigger, so it's the same.
I know
for
that.
You. Carly's asking if you slept with all the women on the first floor of your apartment.
Stop it. Shit, did you finish the docs? No, I did not, Carly.
I can't help myself knowing where you live. I'm sorry. Charles, you're a national treasure. An inch for every 10 pounds, Charles. I've lost 133 pounds. I am basically an anaconda. 133 pounds I've lost, Charles.
I know.
Oh, I spelled that wrong. I'm just an ant, not an anaconda. I'm sorry.
Anaconda.
Carly said, bap, bap, bap. I'm losing control. Oh, Christ.
What?
You know what BAP stands for, right?
Yes, I know what BAP stands for.
What does it stand for, Charles? Since you know all.
Sex?
No. Everything's about sex, Charles. It stands for big ass penis. So yes, kind of it does. You're right. Any other thoughts?
I just hope we have good coaching this year. Hopefully,
What
the
the
play
fuck?
call.
How do you go from bap back to Jets?
Because I'm that special.
Hawk with another going. Find a girl with small hands and be the king you were meant to be, Charles. It's true. That's why I have a midget obsession. Everything looks big next to them.
The hands are not the problem.
What's the problem?
I'm sorry, I said it wrong. Wow, I'm not gonna say this. Find a girl with
Charles,
small hands
I'll
and
leave
be
you
the-
to your thoughts and your thoughts. Just your thoughts, I guess.
What I'm trying to say is, Hawk, is that women are precious to me. Women are sacred to me. So
Jake, I need $800. Very precious. I'm serious. Very precious.
I'm not like Gare, who says he respects women, yet they say they can't vote. That's not who I am. Of
Charles, if and when you get into a relationship, would you let your wife vote?
course,
What if she wanted to vote for bad people?
I can't control their behavior.
That's why you're single, Charles. You haven't learned how to play the game yet.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Bars.
Charles, you're the man. Please wipe everything down in your apartment before I come over.
Yes, sir, Nick. Bye.
God bless you, Mr. Gorman. You're a national treasure. Tommy, good luck following that up.
Exactly. I didn't want to follow that up, but Nick, how are you, brother?
How you doing, man? Thank you for the membership.
You are an angel. You blessed. You help so many people, and you help Charles. And I hope Charles is okay. I hope Weed is okay. I hope Weed's okay.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He's invincible, but he's a little banged up right now. He was in the back and then he left. Maybe he'll pop back in.
But Nick, like you helped me out so much in my life, and I appreciate you. I just want to say that, and I appreciate you, and I hope that your family's doing well. To follow up on that, if we can get back to a Jets take real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's
I
hard
go
to
where the
follow
show
up.
takes us, Tommy.
It's hard to follow up, Mr. Charles. I love Charles, man. I love him to
Sometimes the
death.
callers want to talk about how many times they masturbate in a day. Other times we're going to talk about who's our kicker. So I kick it to you. Lead wherever you want, Tommy.
Word. All right. The only thing that I'm concerned about is in the Jets is like seriously, like is the pass rush and the D tackles. Like I don't understand why we didn't draft a D tackler at the end. It kind of is like mind boggling to me because Jermaine Johnson's coming off the Achilles. He ain't gonna be back. He ain't gonna be healthy till like halfway through the season. He's not Aaron Rodgers who's gonna come push back in 6 months and be back, 8 months and be back. So you didn't draft a D tackle. You didn't draft no DNs. I don't understand the philosophy of where the hell they're trying. If this defense, what Aaron Glenn wants to do is just rush the pass, and be good at and stop the run. Where the hell are we supposed to stop the run at? I mean, we got three D tackles that are like getting paid minimum wage, and then we got Quentin Williams, and then we got Jermaine Johnson, and the Will McDonald. But who
I think
really
you're going to
is
see,
gonna-
if I could right there before you get any further,
Yep.
I think you're going to see a change in scheme. You're going to see a change in pressure. It's not just going to be four guys with their hands down in the grass anymore. One of them wide 9 where he's not even a factor if they run up the middle. I think you're going to see a change in the fronts. I think you're going to see more versatility. I think you're going to see run blitzes. I think you're going to see more aggressiveness instead of us just sitting there in a base defense play after play after play. I think you're going to see them bringing the pressure to free up some of the linebackers in run blitzes. I think you're going to see some more, maybe some plays where there's 3 defensive tackles down and 4 or 5 linebackers. Remember the Rex Ryan days where, like, I'm not going to say there's going to be 6 guys walking around and you don't know who's coming, but it's not just going to be a vanilla playbook. like what we had for the majority of it. So I think you're going to use your scheme, uh, and you're going to work with what you have to try to get them. Like you want to free up Will McDonald, Quinnen on the pass rush. You want to free up Sherwood and Quincy so they could chase down the running backs on run plays.
They're
You want
all
to have
fast.
Will McDonald or Sherwood or Quincy chasing Josh Allen or Lamar, right?
Right, they're all fast, but who's going to stop the actual run? That's what CJ Mosley did. He was our middle linebacker. Now you're
True,
paid
but
Sherwood. Sherwood is like an undersized. He's like 240 pounds.
but
Not even.
but Wilkes and Glenn never coached him, saw the film,
Okay.
and said, we can't let this guy hit free agency. This is a guy we want to build our scheme around, and gave him $15
But
million a year. So that
you,
goes
let
to
me,
show you that they see a skill set that they can utilize, and we don't know how it's going to be utilized yet. But for a guy they never coached to give $45 million to, it says we got plans for this guy, right?
but Nick, my question is like you signed Sherwood. Like I think Quinn Williams. No, Quinn. I keep
Quincy,
mixing up their names. But the
Quincy's
middle
the linebacker.
linebacker, Quincy. Don't you think that he should have been signed before Sherwood for what he's done? I thought
No,
Quincy should have been signed.
no. Here's why. He still had a year. You don't have to sign him yet. You had to sign Sherwood or you were going to lose him. So now
Right.
you have the luxury of designing your defense, seeing how they fit, and you might want to get a different type of guy. Maybe you think Quincy and Sherwood are too close together, but at least you saw Sherwood and said, we cannot let this guy walk and hit the open market. So I'm going to trust them with their plan, and then maybe Quincy gets an extension by October. Who knows?
There's no way that they're signing two linebackers to that kind of an extension. Like, there's no way they're signing Quincy the same amount of money that Sherwood's getting paid. So
Don't
Quincy's going to be
forget, though,
gone after
Tommy,
this year.
with the extensions, you can give someone $15 million a year, and they only count for like 5 or 6 on the cap.
But we still got
There's
to pay
ways
Sauce.
to manipulate the cap to what your cap hit is and what you're actually getting paid.
But I'm saying when we still have to pay Quincy. Sauce and Garrett.
Yeah.
How are we able to hold the linebacker like that? To his, he's going to be wanting more than Sherwood.
It's what you have to deal with. You know, this is this is a problem we've never had before, right? We've never drafted well enough in the last 15 years to have multiple guys that need contract extensions.
And one more question, Nick.
Shoot.
Cornerback, the guy we signed from Baltimore, the guy we paid like 12,
Stevens.
I don't know, 15.
Yeah, Stevens.
And then we drafted the cornerback. You don't think he's going to replace him in 1 year?
Based off of Stevens' contract and everything that I've looked at and have asked other people about, it looks as if it's 2 years minimum, or else it's like a bad cap hit for Stevens. So it's kind of interesting that they did it. But when you look at what Aaron Glenn just went through with all the injuries he had in Detroit, maybe they said, we need depth. We need a fourth corner that can play and can play outside. So
I really like our safety that we got from Jacksonville. He's jacked up. He's juiced up like he's a big boy. Cisco. Yeah, he's a big boy. Hopefully, he's a ball hawking dog and just takes away, knocks people, rocks them out like a safety's supposed to do, like Jamal Adams was supposed to do.
Yeah, I hope, man. I want to see a full defense. We got 7 of our 11 starters back. And Leonard Taylor is a key to this defense. Jermaine Johnson's health, Stevens, Cisco. How do Quincy and Sherwood develop? Who's the caller of the plays? How's Tony Adams? There's a lot of questions with this defense, even though we have 7 of the guys coming back. So,
how many wins do you think we get this year, Nick?
Wins? If everyone's healthy, no one misses a game, I think we can win 8 or 9. There's a lot of toss-up games. If you win your toss-up games and you're good in the run and you control the clock and you play with the lead and you blitz and you can get turnovers on the defensive side, granted, I'm asking them to do a lot of things they haven't done. We're not going to do all of those week after week because that's what the great teams do. I think the schedule really favors us. If we can have 3 or 4 wins at the bye, and I think after the bye, you got Cleveland, New England right away. You can win both of those games. You come out and win both of those games. Then you play Baltimore. That's a loss. You go on a run of Atlanta, Miami, both coming up here. Then you go to Jacksonville, New Orleans. Then you go New England up here. There's winnable games in December. So they're not going to win all of them because I don't think they're good enough. But if Justin Fields plays better than he's played anywhere else, and we're running the ball and we're getting turnovers, and JJ comes back and Will takes another leap, why can't we win 7 or 8?
And I want to knock off Miami twice and then New England twice. Like whatever happens with Buffalo, what happens with Buffalo. But like, let's just win our division. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even if we only
I
win
wish.
6 or 7 games,
I
just
wish.
knock Miami and New England off.
Yeah. My ex-wife, who was with me, my daughter, my son, and my son's girlfriend today, we were together all day at my daughter's softball tournament. On the way down, a song came up on XM radio, and it said 02. And I looked at Gina and I said, this is the year we met. And I was like, it was move, bitch, get out the way. Me and her went to the Jet Miami game in 02 in Miami. The Jets had won 8 straight games against the Dolphins. And that's where Ricky Williams went off and we lost like 30-3. And
remember that? Ricky Williams, Ronnie Brown?
Yeah. Well, I said that was the year. That was the last year the Jets won the division. And like everyone in the car laughed. And I'm just sitting there and like, everyone shut the fuck up. You're all making me miserable.
Nick, you're an angel, brother.
Nice, buddy. You doing
love
okay?
You. And I appreciate. I'm doing good, dude. I'm doing very well. Working every day. Back into, and you're the only thing that got me back into it because without you
did it yourself, man. You did it yourself.
Without you, I wouldn't have got there. So I give you much appreciation, and I love you to death, brother.
I appreciate you for saying that, but like I told you when you were down, you got to do the work. You're the only person that's with you 24/7, and you're the only one who knows what you do every step of the way. Keep making good decisions. Good things will happen, dude. And I told you that, and I promise you that. You make good decisions in life, good things will happen, and that is never a lie.
But somebody like you is a role model because without you, there wouldn't be a step for someone to walk into that. So I just want to appreciate you, bro. So much. Thank you.
I appreciate that, man. Keep up the good work, man. Like I tell everyone, we got a new guy who just moved into the house this weekend. I haven't met him yet because I haven't been here. But you owe it to yourself. And
your body's a temple, man. You gotta appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else.
Amen, man. Take care of yourself, buddy.
Nick, you too, brother. Love you.
All right. Be good. Love you too, man. Yeti, I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted to pop on with them. Forgive me. The lines are open right now if you want to call in. Weed was there. I told him to come back in. He said his arm was bothering him from holding the phone up. He was going to drop off for a little bit. The call lines are open. For all of you here, make sure you hit the like button. We got 40 of you watching. We have 40 likes in the chat. How many? It's refreshing right now. We're still at 40. I purchased a couple more items for the defensive line raffle. For those of you interested, we have the Joe Klecko jersey. I also last night purchased a Mark Gastineau jersey and a Will McDonald mini helmet. The Will McDonald that I had predicted will have 17 sacks, 1 per game. Get it now. Here's your chance. If you gift 5 memberships, you get to go on the multiplier wheel. If you gift $20 in super chats, you also get to. It's Sunday, so all raffle entries are tripled. So be in it to win it. Mark Gastineau, legendary with the sack dance. Joe Klecko, just in the Hall of Fame. Will McDonald, our first Jet to get double-digit sacks since Quinnen Williams. Yeti, if you want to call back in, call back in. I know you got the kids out there, and it's usually put the kid to bedtime out on in Arizona. Nick, Taco Bell or McDonald's? McDonald's. Double cheeseburgers, throw the bun away. McChickens, throw the bun away. Hashtag diabetic. Trying to make sure I got everything. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the big fella says, let's spin that wheel. Bap, bap, bap. He's bigger than me, ladies and gentlemen. So the last thing I'd ever want to do is upset someone who's bigger than me. Where are you? There we go. All right, big fella. Since you put 3 baps up there, we are going to shuffle it 3 times. And here we go. 22. Thank you, big fella. I appreciate you. And let me add you. Big fella, as they say in Vermont, with all the baps, nobody put Brattleboro angry person. Nobody put Brattleboro angry person. Weed, what do you think about the Brattleboro angry person?
I love the Brattleboro angry person. Did I say it right?
Going, bud?
Not the best, to be honest.
I see you went to Charles Gorman, stole his shirt.
I had to throw something on before I set up. Didn't we? I was listening to you and Tommy. Didn't we extend Quincy Williams last year?
Quincy has 1 year left. He signed a 3-year, $24 million deal after the 22 season. 23,
Right,
he was an
sense.
All-Pro his first year of that deal. Last year was year 2. This is year 3. Now, Eli, we're not going to ignore it, but you're new to the channel. This has been around for a while. You can see I don't even have the beard anymore. This one's been around for a couple of weeks, right?
This months, dude. I got you good with this. I still have the video clip of you.
So to fill Eli and everyone else in, Weed likes making backgrounds. And one night he asked me, "Can you just do this face?" And I was like, "Why don't I give you a whole bunch?" And I went, "Ooh." Like I did a whole bunch of these faces for him to screenshot to use in the future. And
then
this
a year later,
6 months later, he's like, "Ooh, one night." Yeah, Nick getting bapped.
it worked out perfect.
Biden antiperspirant. Bap.
Antiperspirant, Nick. Nah, that was terrible.
Cincy Matt says, "Bring back the Rob backgrounds."
Nah, Rob's been defeated.
Addison said, "I just gave you updated ones with the shorter beard by doing the story showing what to do."
I could actually probably trim your beard down to where it is now.
Yeah, but I look thinner now. You got to use the thinner face too.
I can do that. I can thin your face out too.
There you go. You can put this picture next to me looking at a B-52 going off like this.
Yeah, that'd be a good one too. Nick and Israel going. Sir.
Tomorrow's Monday.
Yep.
Make your calls tomorrow that I told you about.
I gotta call my doctor, call my lawyer, calling everything, getting everything taken care of.
Let the doctor.
I already used
buy a car. Make sure you don't get any bills.
I already used my sick days at work. I have sick hours all stockpiled and shit, so I was able to cover like 4 days. Which is nice.
And then you let them know after 4 days, like I was hit by a car, and then you apply for short-term disability.
Yeah, it's the first thing I told him. I was like, "Yeah, I got hit by a car."
Yeti.
I still can't believe I got hit by a car.
I know, but now you want to make sure you've got all your bases covered. We actually interacted with Rob V the other night on Murdog's stream. He was in there threatening somebody. I'll throw you off the frog's neck.
Classic Rob V.
I'll meet you halfway. I'll fucking launch you off the frog's neck.
Hold on, I gotta let my dog out.
Eli, yes, this is the guy that got hit on the scooter. All right, that didn't sound good. No, Rick, I'm very grateful that I don't. Eli, they weren't, not to our knowledge, but Weed was on the scooter going across an intersection. This car was coming down the street, like Weed was going across the intersection. This car like floored it to make the left when the light turned yellow and hit Weed. He went up, it was a sedan. He went up on the hood, hit the windshield. They hit the brakes. He flew off. Witnesses said he was about 7-8 feet in the air, hit the ground, tumbled over 3 times, and still popped up, went after the driver to try to fight him before the guy could even stop the car and get out. So, but there is a lot of injuries that he's dealing with. Nothing broken, but he's got he's not going to be perfect for a while. Although you are always perfect in my eyes, you ray of sunshine.
Thanks, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
Were you able to get the butt plug out okay?
Yeah, it came out.
All right. I know you
always use KY, his and hers.
Yeah.
It's
I know you're limping, and we're telling everyone it's from the accident.
Yeah, we didn't tell them what accident. A couple of them.
Did you just fart? Ladies and gentlemen, Jake Asman, member of this channel for 11 months, says this show is so magical you have to see it to believe it. It's your favorite magician's favorite show, including the great Brad Henderson. Thank you, Jake. As they say in Brattleboro, you're a nice guy.
Yeah, you're a real good guy. Not in a gay way, though.
For those of you been asking about Bobby, tomorrow night after work, I will be on at 11:20, and I hope we can get Bobby to join. I sent Bobby a little present. For those of you know, he's had some issues with his eye. And tomorrow night, we will have a big reveal tomorrow night around 11:30. I'll do the opening monologue, and we'll get Bobby in here with a big reveal. So I would make sure that you're here tomorrow night.
That'll be a good one.
Many ladies have said these words, but Eli is the first guy to say it. Jake Asman is in this bitch.
He was in my pitch the other day. Fucking guy.
Big fella says, what kind of car hit Weed?
I don't know
It was a Brinks armored truck.
I don't know the make and model. It was a smaller, like 4-door, like sedan kind of deal.
Blitz says it was a kid's big wheel.
Fuck you, Blitz. You fucking prick.
Addison just dropped the mug and it popped apart like eggshells. Oh, no.
Why would you do that?
Jeffrey said, I heard it was a stroller. Well, Jeffrey, you obviously don't know Keensburg because they don't put their kids in strollers.
They don't.
Their kids come out just committing crimes right away.
At least if it was a stroller, I would have taken out a little kid with me, but no. It's just me.
Nate says you will have an 8-person e-bike escort for his scoot on July 6th. You are a remarkable human being.
I do what I can for the people, for the
Big
troops.
fellas. Anything under a Jeep Wrangler and you're being a pussy.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I wouldn't have been able to jump up high enough to avoid the damage if it was a Jeep Wrangler.
Good point. You know what? If it was a Jeep Wrangler, it may have just hit you downward. Thank God it was a sedan and you were able to go up on the hood.
Yeah,
You're like a Keensburg retarded version of like Katie Catan or whatever her name was from the Warrant video, or She's My Cherry Pie. Tony Catan? Well, Rick Kent, help me. Tony Catan? She was dancing on the hood of the car. Was it White Snake or was it Cherry Pie? Who was on the fucking...
I feel like that sounds like Cherry Pie.
Here we go again on our own? Who was it? Eli, hear what he thought of this last night. It was in an intersection and there's a bunch of stores there. So he was thinking
I'm working on it.
If he could get over there.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I couldn't leave the house today, but
Jeffrey says it was White Snake. Is it Tony Catan? Tony Catan? It's not Warrant, all right?
Tony can touch my penis. I don't know. That was terrible. Shut up.
Tawny Catan. Tawny. Tawny. Thank you, big fella. Here I go again on my own. It was Tawny Catan.
Big fella just doesn't miss.
Bobby Brown was Cherry Pie. And I'll tell you, my favorite lady from any video when I was a kid was... Hi, Miss Weed. Oh, damn it, she left. He left. Poison. The girl in the leather boots with the blue miniskirt on walking down the street. I don't even think you saw her face, but that was like my favorite. Belle Bit the foe. Now you know. Yo, slick blow. Yeah, I think Eli asked before. I listen to Luda. I listen to everyone. I can go from listening to Channel 15 on Sirius, which is like yacht rock, to like gangster rapping and everything in between. Oh, little fuck. Nice to see you too. You're a nice guy. What did your mom say about you getting trucked?
She said, I won't say it on air. She gave me solid legal advice.
Okay.
So, yeah. She was just glad. She was just glad that I fucking lived.
Was she?
I mean, I wasn't that happy about it, but she was. I was more happy about the scooter. First thing they said, they were like, "Is everything okay?" I was like, "I don't know. Where's my scooter?"
It was. We
actually had to. It was pinned under the car. We had to like pull it out from underneath the fucking car.
Tommy gifted another membership. Thank you, Tommy. It went to Franklin Fung. You all right, man?
Yeah,
I feel bad. Like, dude, I don't want you sitting up like for this. Like, if you're laying in bed, lay in bed.
I can't. The arm I was holding up started burning on me.
Well,
I'm trying. I'm trying not to take any of the painkillers they gave me, so I'm like cold turkey in this.
Well, only take it at bedtime would be my suggestion. But I'm gonna start winding the show down because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I only slept for like 4.5 hours last night.
You had a busy day, man.
Yeah, I was up. I didn't go to bed last night till like 2:30. I was up at 7. All that driving, all that heat today. I'm fucking clammy now. I got to shower before bed, and then I got to wake up tomorrow, go pick up the kids, and go see Mama Shine for her birthday.
See, kids ruin everything.
And then go to work.
You're not getting me up at 7 a.m. unless you're paying me.
Well, you would just still be up at 7 a.m. eating donuts in your sleep. I've seen it.
I would be going to sleep at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Clancy would still be up, drinking coffee, taking Adderall, whatever he does. little degenerate.
You know it's bad if you're calling someone a degenerate. Clancy, get your shit together. You see where you're at, bro? Well, we love you. Everyone's been asking, and all day when you were sleeping, they were trying to find out if I knew anything else. And we care about you. If you need anything, let us know, and we will definitely talk soon. All right, buddy?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody reaching out, hit me up. You guys are great. I love you all. Thank you again for coming to visit me in the hospital. That was nice.
No problem. Actually, that face is the face I made when I saw it. I don't deal well with other people's blood, so.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
knew
rough.
that you had an open wound, and yet I still came to visit you. So if that doesn't tell you that I fucking love you, I don't know what else I could ever do.
Nick, I always appreciate when you come for me.
You know what? I like to come for you. You're a nice guy. You deserve it.
You do deserve it. We're like this.
And another BAP is you enjoy my big ass payload.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna lay back
Sir.
down.
Feel better.
Love
Take
you guys.
care of yourself.
Love everybody. Love you, Nick. You're all great, and I can't wait until the fucking Yankee Met game. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm picking up Rick and I'm picking up Jay, and I'm gonna twirl them both around. That's a promise.
Anyone up? Don't pick
I'll
anyone up.
I'll one-hand it if I got to do it.
Don't do anything stupid.
All right. Love you, Nick. Have a great night.
Love you too, buddy. Feel
I
better.
might pop in the DP later. I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, do it. I'll do it after I get a shower when I'm in bed before I fall asleep.
Do it while you're in the shower.
Yeah.
That's a perk if I haven't heard.
I just
one
had
yet.
another text from Charles that says I did number 3 before midnight and it's 12:04 and I already started off the day with 1. He's letting
No,
loads
at
loose.
least he's accomplishing his goals.
Yep.
Oh, I love you, dude. I gotta lay down.
Bye bye. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Weed the People. We've seen him leap off of buildings. Did I get rid of that? Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here. We've seen him jump off of buildings, tuck and roll, bounce up like it's nothing. Pretty much how I envisioned him last night after he got hit by the car. Just popping up, walking over like, the fuck? Ah. Poor guy. Getting things together, scooting around, working, and then that happens. It's a shame. Say a prayer for him. Say a prayer for him, everyone. All right. Last chance. Defensive line raffle. Joe Klecko jersey. Will. Mark Gastineau jersey. Will McDonald helmet. Sunday night. All raffle entries are tripled. Happy birthday, Mama. I should call her right now on FaceTime and wake her up. Just say, Mom, I love you so much. I wanted to call you, be the first to wish you happy birthday because I'm the best kid you ever had. Your daughter sucks. I'm sleeping. What the fuck is wrong with you? That's what she would say. I'm going back to bed, Nikki. And then in the morning it would be, why are you such an asshole? What would make you call me at that hour? Oh, my eyes. I'm dry. Oh, my eyes are dry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what did we learn today? What did we learn? Interesting show. Shout out to Adam, WA2K, for coming on. Shout out to everyone who gifted. Kevin Tattoos twice, dropping 5. Mr. Weed and Eli with super chats. Tommy with 2 gifted memberships. Mr. Weed again, big fella. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Good luck to everyone. Eli, we learned that Charles is a little eagle for some reason. Yeah, he's soaring all right. Yeah, we also learned that I don't know shit about Jets trivia. I learned that it's fucking hot. I'm fucking clammy. All right, Mr. Boomtown, if you would please drop what did you learn, Boomtown? Boom, where you at, Boom? There we go. Shame on me for questioning him. Addison learned we're calling him Scoop Dog. I learned it's ring season and Sophia is blinged out. I wonder if the 7 on Weed's shoulder is similar to a lightning bolt on Harry Potter's forehead. Millville, New Jersey is filled with white trash. Bonus, the rankers at Madden need to be drug tested. Rob from Glenhead may be a person of interest in a hit and run. Only good things to come out of Philly. Cheesesteak, pretzels, Rocky. All fake. Double bonus. Charles has one massively oversized butt plug. Unclear if Charles was wearing a halter top, crop top, tank top, or muscle shirt tonight. Charles has a low bar to clear for his dream job. Triple bonus. There was a little progress made in the workout challenge. Nick may be Charles' dream girl. Charles is a more than one kind of guy, fella these days. Weed considers Clancy to be a degenerate. Clancy, I don't know if you were here, but Weed took a shot at you about how you need to get your shit together. It was pretty funny if you go back right before he left, maybe like 5 minutes ago. Oh, thank you. Boom. Oh, Jeffrey, I learned that the human spirit rises above all explanations. Weed, I learned to watch out for Keensburg drivers. And Eli, we also kind of didn't learn about that. Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, and Millville, New Jersey, home of Mike Trout. Yes, the hometown of Mike Trout. Found that out today. Or yesterday, sorry. Saturday, whatever fucking day it is today. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Again, if you missed the announcement earlier in the show, Blitz BK dropped the Throwdown 2.0 to me the other night. Working on getting a video together for it. As soon as we get that video, we'll launch it. We'll have Blitz on as a guest that night for the debut. Stick around. And remember, we are one big family here. Don't fuck with us.
When you have a bad day, give up. Go home and sleep. Fuck it. Try again tomorrow.
To infinity and beyond!
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Did you see the Bobby picture? Look at that. He lost like 3 pounds. He looks good now. Yeah.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Hey, Shiners. It's a party. My house. Discord party.
Blitz got beat.
Yo, we at Sean's crib about to turn up. Music bumping, party jumping. Please someone fill my cup. We greet each other. Merry Christmas! And let the jet suck while Bobby yells at Stanley. Shut the fuck up. Then Gary intervenes and tells them don't be mean. Eat a stick of butter every day and you'll be lean. Then Santa runs off. I hope we left some gifts because Bobby scared him off. He's on the naughty list. This whole party's lit. Nate, Clancy, many more. We hardly fit. And Addison and Weeds bought that Marley spliff. I licked on my lips cause old Jenna G make my heart beat skip. Damn Charles Gorman, was that a far you ripped? Too much head and you know the hot dogs and chips. Now I want my dip. Tell me where the hell is Santa? He ran so quick. I checked the bathroom and
It's got beat.
Gentry covered in football. Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime as Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, so get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine.